Hey everyone, this is Rochelle, and welcome to Multiple Passive Streams of Income. Creating a shipping plan was so confusing when I did it the first time. It really didn't get easy until I did it multiple times. First, you have to get certain information from your supplier to complete a shipping plan. Number one, you're going to need the carton size. So that's the length, the height, and the width. The carton is the outer box that the shipper packs your products into in order to ship them to Amazon. Number two, you're going to need how many products will be shipped per carton. And then number three, you're going to need the gross weight of that carton. And lastly, you're going to need the supplier's address. That's the ship from address. That's the address that your products are going to be picked up from and then sent to Amazon. Now, most suppliers are familiar with this information already. If your supplier is overseas, most likely they're going to give you this information in the form of the metric system. So that means in the form of like centimeters and kilograms. Before you can make a shipping plan, you have to have a listing already for your product. So make sure that you create your listings and also add a product image to your listings. It just seems like when there's no image, whenever you need to use that product listing for anything such as a shipping plan, it's not going to let you do it. If you don't have product pictures for your product already done, just add any picture as the main image. Your listing is not going to be active until there's actually inventory to sell. So nobody can see that listing. None of the buyers that come to Amazon can find your listing. Okay. By then, you would have had your pictures done. By the time your inventory gets to Amazon, you'll change your main image and put your real product pictures on your listing at that time. But again, always just put any image on your product listing, because when you have to use that listing for other things in the Amazon process, you won't be able to move forward without a product image. With that said, in Seller Central, go to the Inventory tab and click Manage Inventory. Check all the items that you are creating a shipping plan for. So as you can see, you have to have a product listing already set up to do this. In the example on the screen, I selected two products, so the action button reads Action on to Selected. Choose Send, Replenish Inventory from the Action dropdown. Now click Yes. Continue if everything looks good. We are creating a new shipping plan, so that choice is selected. And I always select individual products. Now continue to the shipping plan. Once we get to this point, we will have to visit each tab on the screen to complete the shipping plan. The first tab is Set Quantity. You will enter the amount of units of your product you plan to send to Amazon. Then continue. Tab number 2 is Prepare Products. This is where you're telling Amazon if they have to do any prep work to your product. In all likelihood, your supplier is sending your product all prepared already, so select Merchant for who preps. Tab 3. Tab 3 is the Label Products tab, and this is where you're going to tell Amazon who's going to add the ASIN labels to each product. Again, in all likelihood, you will be sending this ASIN information to your supplier, and they'll be putting them on each product for you. So select Merchant for who labels. And print the labels for this page. This will create a PDF that you'll send to your supplier to apply to each product for you. Tab 4. Tab 4 is Review Shipments. You can rename the shipment to something more meaningful if you like. This tab shows you the Amazon warehouses they want your product mailed to. It could be more than one warehouse. Sometimes it is, sometimes it isn't. And this occurs because Amazon wants to have your product in different warehouse locations for better shipping logistics. Now approve the shipment. Notice the Review Shipment tab turns into View Shipment tab, and there's also an FBA ID number now assigned to your shipment. Click Work on Shipment. Now we are on the Prepare Shipment tab. Unless you are shipping pallets, you should select Small Parcel Delivery and select Other Carrier unless you know the carrier beforehand and it is a choice in the drop-down. Pick one SKU per box for how will this shipment be packed, and use web form for how will you provide box content information. On the screen is an example of the information supplied to me by my supplier. Here's the information filled out on the screen from that supplier information in this example. Where you see add another box configuration, you would use that when you have to add information for a box that isn't the same weight and configuration as the other boxes. So for example, if your shipping plan is telling you you have to mail 45 units of your product to one warehouse and mail 55 units to another warehouse, if your cartons contain 10 units of your product each, you would mail 4 cartons of 10 and 1 carton of 5 to the first warehouse, 5 cartons of 10 and 1 carton of 5 to the second warehouse. The carton of 5 probably won't have the same configurations as the first cartons and definitely won't weigh the same. So those 2 cartons of 5 would have to be entered differently, and you would use add another box configuration to enter those different configurations. Also, the number of boxes left message doesn't mean anything, and it's not a concern as long as you're not shipping more than 500 boxes, which I'm quite sure most of us are not. So click Confirm when you're all done with your configuration entries. Print out your carton information. This is going to be another PDF that you're going to send to your supplier. They'll make a sticker from it, and they'll stick it on each carton that's going to be shipped. The last tab, Summary. This shows the recap of it all. When your product ships, you can come back to your shipping plan and mark as shipped to alert Amazon that the inventory is on its way. You can also put in tracking numbers once you get them. When you send by sea, there really are no tracking numbers. So if you don't enter any tracking numbers, it won't cause any effect. It's okay. Remember, you can always delete these shipping plans if you decide you need to do it over for some reason or something changes. There's no harm in just deleting and starting another shipping plan. Hopefully this helps. If you're doing Amazon and need resources, you may find this channel useful for help and suggestions. Please subscribe and hit the notification bell. Thanks for your time, as I know you could be any other place right now. Take care.